Hi guys, so I just wanted to do a little follow-up video to the one I did recently where I shared details of a prophetic dream from God in which I was shown the future map of South Africa after this upcoming South African Civil War. I'll put a link to that in the description box below. I published that recently. Okay, this really blew me away. This is really amazing. I mean, and just honestly, this was so crazy for me because I had no idea. This is how mind-blowing God is. And by the way, we share the first we have the first we share the first name, our first name, Nicholas. I'm Nick. I go by Nick, but Nicholas. So I was shown what I was shown of that future map of what South Africa will look like after the war. It corresponds exactly. I'll read you word for word the text from the book Voice of a Prophet in a second, what Van Rensburg was shown about this. So if you've watched that video in the links, the links in the description if you haven't, you'll recall that I was shown that after the Civil War, the territory of the current state of South Africa will expand massively to the north. In fact, it will almost reach the equator. And it will include the countries of former Rhodesia, Zimbabwe, and Zambia. Now, I was shown that, but then I had no idea about this. I just double checked. I just read back over the text of this book about Nicholas Siener van Rensburg's prophecies. For those of you who don't know, from who are outside South Africa, Nicholas Siener van Rensburg was a Boer Afrikaner Christian prophet who was very powerful in his prophetic abilities. His are the oldest dreams of World War III I've come across. They're more than 100 years old, and they match all the dreams that everyone's having about World War III right now. So, Siener van Rensburg is kind of considered in some circles, Christian circles, like the Nostradamus of South Africa. But interestingly, he's actually much more accurate. He's not. I think he's known and sort of famous in parts of South Africa. He's largely unknown outside the country. But here's what he was. Okay, this is the text. I'll read it to you. So this is page 44. He also said, these protectorates, brackets, Zimbabwe and Zambia, will be inaugurated with us, and one day that we will clean up everything as far as the equator. He also said, in the course of time, the Boers took possession of the Union and expanded further north as far as the equator, in Africa, obviously. Boers and German commandos marched forward in Africa to make the country safe and habitable for the white man once again. This takes time, but everyone works together to achieve this. So that is completely crazy because I had no idea. Like, God just gave me that dream and I hadn't thought anything of it. Then I thought to check what Van Rensburg was shown in his prophetic dreams about what would be happening in this period in the near future. Now back then it was in the far future. And he was shown exactly the same thing. And that's a very strong confirmation. By the way, Jan de Villiers, I'll see if I can I had trouble putting a link to his website recently by putting links to I've had trouble putting links to external websites on my YouTube videos in the description section recently, but I think I think that's okay now. So I'll see if I can put a link to Jan de Villiers' blog and his YouTube channels. He's not active on YouTube much anymore, a little bit, mostly on his blog. But he's been showing all the same things, by the way. And he's young. I don't know his age, but he's Afrikaner, Christian prophetic dream seer prophet, and he's been showing all the same things too. But yeah, so that's crazy. I mean, literally, in that future map of South Africa, God showed me Zimbabwe, former Rhodesia, and Zambia will be part of the new country. And Van Rensburg, Nicholas Siener van Rensburg, this very prophet, very well esteemed, he has had a ton of prophecies come true. He's highly respected and well known in South Africa for that. He was shown exactly the same thing more than 100 years ago. And then I was also the second part of text that I read about it being this country being safe for white people. That's what I was shown. You'll recall in that dream that I just posted with the future map of South Africa. I was shown it was very, very safe, like peace, abundance, and prosperity. I was shown it's completely safe. It was the opposite of what it is now, where it was extremely dangerous for whites. And yeah, again, he was shown the same thing. Just amazing. For me, that's a confirmation. And it blows my mind because I had no idea. I didn't even know about that. I just had the dreams. I'm like, oh, just check up on Van Rensburg's book, and there you go. He was showing the exact same things. And by the way, the point about the interesting one last note to make. I need to do a separate video on this. He talks about them pushing the borders north to the equator. It looks during the pole, like in the Earth changes over the next 30 years, there's going to be a pole shift, and basically what I've been shown is the poles will move about 1,700 kilometers south. So the equator will actually move about 1,700 kilometers south of where it is now. So that future map of the South African state, I don't think it actually reaches the equator under the current conditions, but after these new Earth changes, the equator will move almost 2,000 kilometers to the south. So it would actually be that state, future enlarged South African state, that myself and Rensburg and Jan de Villiers, what we've shown, would actually reach the equator. So that makes sense too. I may do another video for this. I have a list. I've had like between 5 to 10 other exact Van Rensburg dream confirmations where the exact same thing, where the thing he showed God over 100 years ago, God showed me in dreams the exact same thing more recently. It's just nuts. Anyway, I hope it's been of some value to you guys. Yeah, and God bless, and I'll see you on the next one. I need to reassess what I'm doing with this channel. I may need to take a break, or otherwise perhaps it needs to start paying its way, in which case I can do more videos. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens, but it will continue in one form, one way or another. I'm just not quite sure what that will look like. Okay, thanks.